It's you.
What's me?
Yep.
What is?
It's you.
Oh, all
flip
right.
the coin. It's you.
Well, North Dakota dictates that it's me this time. So,
Yep.
I'm Blake.
And I'm Ian.
And this is Awk Awe.
And we're getting right to the intro of the podcast.
Yeah, straight away, pretty much.
Yeah.
How you been?
It's you.
Yeah, I don't know what else.
You don't ask me how I've been. You start. I flip the coin.
Oh, because it's me.
Yep. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Because there's a lot.
Okay, maybe I should go first.
I'll get through everything, and you're like, same old, same old.
Yeah, I'm short and sweet. Well, we have Voltage today.
We do.
An original, another blue one.
Just a classic flavor. It tastes delicious. If you like Mountain Dew, you've had it, so I'm not really going to do like a review. I just really wanted Voltage today. Mm-hmm. There's a dragon fruit one out, and I wanted to bring one on. It'll probably have to wait till next week. But
yeah. Did you find them?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
At Walmart.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Of all places.
Cans and bottles. So
Damn.
It's just like a flavor that's out right now, yeah.
There's like 12-pack cans?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, where like some of these new flavors, you can only find them in like certain gas stations, stuff like that. They're just straight up at Walmart. You got the whole 12-pack, because they won't do 12-pack of Infinite Swirl. Of course not.
Yeah, of course.
Losers.
Fucking dick cheese.
Oh, we still love you, Mountain Dew.
Absolutely.
Sponsor us one
just
day.
Just not happy with you sometimes.
Yeah, just give us Typhoon and we'll be happy again.
Mm-hmm. We're going to keep bringing it up until you do.
Hell yeah.
Just know that.
Mm-hmm.
Our listeners are going to be like, Typhoon, can y'all talk about anything fucking else?
No.
Typhoon.
Everything's about Typhoon. And if you don't love Typhoon, why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
It's not for us.
They probably voted for Whiteout.
We're about... Oh. First things first, if you did participate in the democracy and you voted for Whiteout, leave. Click off the video. I don't need your view. No. I don't need your view.
I don't know about that.
Because Whiteout won, so you need all the views.
Yes.
Statistically speaking, there's way too many of you that probably voted for Whiteout, but I am annoyed with you because you're the reason that I don't have Typhoon. But to be fair, Whiteout doesn't exist anymore either, so what was the point? Mm-hmm. We could have just had Typhoon for a little longer, but you guys wanted Sprite.
Mm-hmm.
You just wanted Sprite repackaged. But then you want to complain when Sierra Mist becomes Starry. It's Sprite repackaged. What do you care? You voted for Whiteout.
Another lemon lime. Really want another one of those.
It's frustrating.
Bunch of whores.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, It really is. It's just the same old, same old.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
I mean, I did things are taking a slight turn upward.
Okay.
Finally got a spot for these classes.
Yes.
So I can take this little course to get my CDL back.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can get back trucking by come either September or October.
Right, right.
Things are moving.
So you've got that going.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I started my first class this past week.
Nice, okay.
I got 11 to go.
11 to go.
Yeah. Missy just made a funny noise.
Missy going crazy on the puppy pads, paws. Puppy paws, pads on the puppy paws.
Yeah.
If you say puppy pads, it just seems like something that they would just piss on.
Yeah.
That's not what it is.
Yeah, we don't keep those in her crate. She likes to go outside.
Yeah, she likes to be walked.
Mm-hmm. Missy is my dog, by the way.
Yes, she is.
Her full name.
Dog.
Her full name is Missy Elliott.
Yes, and she is a good dog, and she likes to put her thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Yes, your bit of yep.
It's your from a yep.
However she says it.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that that's it. I did that on a Snapchat one time and played it in reverse, and it was pretty close.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I don't know why, but it's you're from a niffa plan, yep, and it's pretty close. So feel free to play that backwards, guys.
Yeah.
Let me know how close it was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Other than that, yeah. Other than that, it's just same old, same old.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Life is life.
Life is life. Life is good.
Life is good. Yeah. Let's just say it.
Life is good.
We're here.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the best part of it. Yeah.
Life is tough, but life is good.
It do be that sometimes. It happens.
Well, let's get into your slightly moving. Oh, this is not funny, but I am laughing anyway. Bro, Blake came to my door today. I opened it up. He was turned around. And I opened the door, and he just does this slow turn, and he has the most defeated look on his face. You had a day yesterday, didn't you?
For the past 2.5 days, yes.
Yeah.
Moving everything in 2.5 days. It wasn't a full 3 because I did have to go to work on July 4th and do a couple of tattoos. But
Well, damn.
I rescheduled my Saturday, moved them off. I was trying to reschedule him to Sunday because I thought we would get everything done Saturday. I'm so glad that I did not do that because, yeah, that just wasn't working. And then I tried to say, well, maybe Monday instead because we do have to use Sunday to move some more. And he was like, I'm actually going to be heading out of town. Let's move it to like the following Saturday or something like that. And I was like, okay, cool. No worries. I got you. I was like, sorry for, having to reschedule everything. He's like, dude, you're moving. It's cool, man. No worries.
Yeah.
And so I always appreciate the clients who understand if I need to, because it's a rarity that I will reschedule you. I don't do that very often, but over this past week or two, I have had to do it to like 2 or 3 people. And when I always try to plan ahead. So if I ever have to reschedule you, it's because something came up that I just did not foresee. So much appreciated for everybody who is understanding of that. But yeah, so the past 2.5 days have been crazy. And when Ian opened the door, his first reaction to me was, damn. And I was like, sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've never seen him in that light before.
That's pretty
or lack of light. There was
alarming. There was definitely none.
no light in your eyes whatsoever.
Yeah, there's none there. Even Shauna last night, she was like, is that a sin, bro?
Yes. I was trying to be slick about it.
That was not slick at all.
I think I kind of drooled a little bit. It's the first time that's happened. Continue.
That's funny. Okay. Sorry. Anyways, so that was his reaction. And to be fair, like, I don't look the greatest right now. I tried to pick it up just a little bit by like bringing the hair down and stuff like that. But I definitely had a messy bun going on.
The messiest
of buns.
Yeah.
And my forehead is all broken out from just the ridiculous amounts of sweat over the past 2.5 days. Yeah, it's been one. It's rough. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure the undersides of my eyes are very black right now because earlier, not earlier, I guess technically, last night, Shauna was like, she's like, did you get hit in the eye?
Damn.
And I was like, no, nothing hit me in the eye today, I don't think. No.
I'm just tired.
She was like, your eyes are like super black. And I was like, well, I am very tired and very exhausted. So
I probably haven't even had any time for Fortnite the last few days.
I haven't been on the video games since Tuesday or Wednesday.
You having withdrawals?
Yeah, it's been almost a week.
Yeah.
And now we've packed and moved. I know where my PlayStation is.
Yeah, but no internet for it.
Well, yeah, we don't get internet until Wednesday. But the cool thing is, wild enough, because I don't know if this happens to you, but out here in Jackson, nowhere do I have service. Like, not full service. Like, full bars, 5G, like nothing. I'll get one or two.
There's some spots in this house where I just get 1 bar LTE.
And that's it. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's how it was over there.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But over here,
in your new place,
full bars, 5G, UW, max of the max. I don't know how. We must be very close to a cell tower. Don't know, but
I mean,
I'm so grateful.
We're not that far from where you're living now, which is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. And right now, I got 3 bars.
Yeah.
That's better than most places for Jackson. When I was over at the last place, 1 bar. Always. If I didn't have internet, this phone was useless.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 bar. Whole time. Hated it. But yeah, so today is
the greatest.
A little less traditional. I am going to utilize this to semi-vent about my last 2.5 days. It will possibly get off the rails at some point, but I really just need to get out there and talk to somebody about it. So who better than Ian and you guys? And we just share my sorrows together. Yeah? All right.
Because misery loves company.
Yeah. I need you guys with me.
Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone.
So let's take this journey together.
Let's start from the beginning.
Let's get as close to the beginning as I can. Yeah. So this whole last week has been, this whole last month really has been me stressing over finding a new place in time that would be big enough for all of us and everything like that. And this one is just barely, but it was a very last minute find. I don't know how much I have shared with you over the week. So I know we haven't talked as much.
Yeah, you barely had.
I have, yeah.
I barely have any time as it is. But.
Yeah. I have just been like super ghost and getting back to your messages like way later. And I apologize.
We pulled a little switcheroo.
Yeah. So, let's see, early in the week, around Monday, I went by and spoke with the guy that's over this place, and he had already seen the application that I put in. And for anyone who doesn't know, you're about to.
You don't know, now you know.
I may have talked about this before. I don't know. My first name is Roger.
I don't think. Wait.
Have I talked about it?
You haven't talked about it. I made a slight.
You made a joke about it. Yeah.
In the beginning.
Yeah. That's right. I do remember that. Yes.
Way in the early days.
Super early. Yeah. So my first name's Roger, right? I go by Blake.
Roger that.
And so I was named after my granddad, and my dad has Roger White. He goes by Brian, so on and so forth, right? So I go to this place and I'm talking to this guy, and he's got fishing stuff all over his office. And he said, sorry, I wasn't here to meet you guys when you put in the application and stuff. My wife and I, we were out doing a fishing competition. And I was like, that's pretty cool. My granddad does fishing competitions. I don't know if you would know him, but we have the same name there on the application. His name's Roger. And he was like, you're not related to Roger. And I was like, well, yeah, no, my granddad, he's Roger White. And he was like Roger and Joanne Roger, like that's his wife's name. And I was like, yeah, that's my granddad. And he was like, what a small world. I had just called my wife to make a joke that Roger was moving into this place. And I was like, why is Roger all the way down in Jackson? So on and so forth. And it turns out this guy like fishes with my granddad. Super small world. So I was like, well, that's cool. And so he was like, well, you guys are approved. You were approved before I even knew that fact, but whatever. And and
now y'all are very good friends.
And now we are good friends. So he was like, just bring me the amount needed and have it turned in, sometime this week. Place is yours, so on and so forth. So I scurried along trying to come up with what I could, and we got some help and stuff like that, and we got it all figured out and sorted. So we got everything turned on, like water and electric, and internet's not coming until Wednesday. But we started moving a couple of little things, like I want to say maybe Thursday or something like that, and then a little bit more on Friday, and then a little bit more on Saturday. Saturday we did a bulk of it, but we didn't have anything to get like big furniture, right? So we were expecting that we would be able to get a trailer or something like that. Another thing is a U-Haul. And we had already spent everything on like getting the down payment, getting first month's rent, getting or first month's rent and utilities. I don't know, whatever, and electric and water and all that shit turned on, right? That there wasn't much left for a deposit to do a U-Haul and like get everything that you would need for the U-Haul. So I was like, okay, no U-Haul. So we were going to try to borrow like a trailer for somebody and hook it to Warren's hitch and stuff like that. And that was a no-go. Nobody that we knew either had a trailer or could get a hold of the trailer fast enough to like get it to us. Or I think one option was like all the way super far North Georgia. And we're like here and here. We could just make extra trips. You know what I mean? It was just one of those things. Yeah. So we said, fuck it. So we tried to get a bulk of like just things done on Saturday. So we're making trips and moving, clothes and lamps and then, just random little shit. But then Sunday was the big shit. Saturday, I was tired. It was a lot of back and forth. At one point, I had to drive. We were packing, getting everything over, taking multiple trips. But at one point, we were out of boxes. And I had left a stash of boxes at work. And the stash that we had at the house, I thought would last us quite a while.
Yeah.
We had like 2 left. And I was like, fuck. So then me and Josh, that's Shauna's brother, we go all the way to McDonough, where I work, grab all the boxes, come all the way back down, continue doing the things. And me and him were extremely worn out. So Sunday rolls around, and this is the worst of like the whole weekend.
Damn. This is yesterday.
This was yesterday. And this, like, I feel like death today, to be honest. Like, I don't feel good, but
Why didn't you ask for my help?
Ian offered his help throughout the entire weekend. But there was a part of me that was like, this is hell. And I don't want to put you through it. It's bad enough. I know you don't care and you would help. You would gladly help. I know. But it was like my own thing. And I was like, we'll figure this out. I don't want to put it on you. And like, that's on me. Mm-hmm. I should have asked for your help, especially yesterday.
Yep.
Because realistically, I would have been done much sooner if I had. So that's on me.
Yep. I got muscle.
Because kinda. You said what?
I got muscle, kinda.
Yeah, no, you do. You do for sure. Yeah.
Be strong man.
Yeah, very strong man here. Very strong.
I may not look it, but.
And so I didn't. I should have. Good Lord, I should have. Because what yesterday turned into is I went and drove like 20 minutes out to get Shauna's cousin Bubba. He's always willing to help us pack stuff and move things. And he also like has this just like, he's just going to keep going. You know what I mean? I don't have that type of energy. I don't have that type of personality. Mm-hmm. I will figure out what needs to be done and then I will do it and so on. Like I will just continue that. And he's just like this chipper, like boom, 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 boom. Get all kinds of things done. And I'm like, cool, have at it. I'll help you carry things and you just do whatever. I don't know. Yeah. So he's helped us move a couple of times. And so I drove out there because Josh was like, we need to get Bubba. He's always helping us move. And I was like, all right, I'll go pick him up. Because we had asked for him to be dropped off. It's not that far, we felt like, because something was wrong with his car. And, we were basically told no. And so I was just like, okay, well,
oh damn,
whatever. I'll go pick him up. It's whatever. So I already had the Jeep pretty much loaded up. I made room for him, went and picked him up, and then went over and we unloaded some stuff and then came back to the house, packed more stuff. So the big items yesterday were pretty much Melita's room, all of her bed frame and everything like that. It's like all wood and everything. And then our room. And our room, it's pretty much like all of our room. You know what I mean? Because Warren had moved a little bit of their furniture out already. Like, especially from like the living room and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All of our furniture in the bedroom was still there. We had like desk, bed, dresser. This is making me burp so bad. Sorry.
A little gassy.
And then like nightstands and entertainment center and all this and that, right? So we we go through and we still had their bed, Melita's bed, our bed, and we got through all of Melita's stuff so that Shauna and Melita could go ahead and start putting their stuff together. And then we started working on their bed. Now, have you seen our bed?
Not exactly.
Okay. Our bed is one of those that has a lot of bells and whistles to it. Mm. It was given to us by them a couple of years ago. This is one of those beds that has the lights underneath. When you walk near it, you can see it has speakers built in. Oh. It has vibrating capabilities. Stupid.
Yeah, it comes in handy every now and then.
It has you can lift the headrest, you can lift the foot, you can lift the middle section for your back, you can lift whatever. Raise it up if you want to sit up in bed, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it's got like all the things.
I didn't think it was that fancy.
Honestly, some of these things I didn't know about. Like the speakers, was not aware.
Until this past weekend?
Until yesterday.
How?
When I flipped it over and saw the speakers.
That's crazy.
Yeah, had no idea.
Hey.
We weren't told that it was part of it. And we never thought to look on our Bluetooth to see if we could connect our bed. You know what I mean? Like we never thought to.
Yeah,
I wouldn't think to hook my music up to my bed. You know what I mean? I just never thought about it.
Yeah, you could just be listening to ocean noises to sleep every night.
Yeah, honestly, it probably would be pretty cool. Like if we could like hook up like a movie and it plays like under the, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Not solely under the bed, but like if it was coming TV and bed, like full surround, that'd be dope.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Had no idea. Never thought to ask, but it's cool that we know now. So anyways, I knew ours had a lot of bells and whistles. Their bed does the whole lifting and things. I don't know if it vibrates, but it does do all of the lifting things. Maybe not, but they're lifting and all the things, right? And so I'm thinking, because look-wise, if you were just to look at these beds, you would think they're the same. Like if you look at the frame that the mattress sits on, they look the same until you get underneath. So we did their bed first. And so we get it all loaded up on top of Warren's car. And then we're loading more stuff into his car and stuff like that. And we get it down. And I mean, this thing is like, it's pretty heavy. Like, it's pretty heavy. But it's not too bad. Because I had been hearing about just how heavy these beds were. And theirs was like, yeah, this is rough. It kind of sucks. But like with four of us, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I would imagine the wood frame wasn't that fun.
The wood frame wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. That one was okay. And it's also like in parts, you know what I mean? So like the main section of the frame, very light. You can carry that in totally by yourself. The headboard, maybe you want two people, kind of an awkward sizing and stuff. But overall, comparatively, their bed is heavier than that for sure.
Yeah.
This bed is like heavy. Like, I've never lifted your couch, but I would guess similar. If I had to guess. I don't know how light your couch is, but
it's not. It's in the in between. It's like light and then heavy.
Okay,
because it comes apart like in three separate parts.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. So I would say this would be past that because it was definitely heavy. Like if it was just two of us, we definitely would have struggled a bit more.
Yeah.
But then we fast forward to getting mine out.
Oh, this looks intense.
As soon as you flip this thing up on its side, which took some manpower to do on its own anyways, electronics fucking galore, bro. There is like wires everywhere, light bars, speakers. It just added to the weight so fucking much. And I had no idea. Because I've moved this bed like around our room and shifted it and like done all the things.
But that's when it's all together.
It stayed all together. Like as far as the frame goes, it stays together.
Okay.
If we could have broken it up into pieces, we'd have been golden. But because it has to stay together, it's so heavy.
Yeah.
But while it's resting on the ground, I don't know if like the things that the pegs sit on make it easier to slide. But it never felt super heavy when I'm moving it around the room. But when we pick it up, oh, that thing is heavy.
Yeah.
That thing was heavy. But, so we parked like right off of the porch. And it's not a very high porch, obviously. We still had to get some lifting room up on top of Warren's car.
Yeah.
But we got the mattress up there. And then we got the bed frame. And like launched it off the porch and up onto there. And then strapped it down. And then we backed Warren's car up right up to like where my door would be over this railing. and then launched it back over there. So, that was difficult. And then, let's see, on Sunday, all of this started around, I'd say 11:30 maybe.
Yeah.
And so at this point in the day, it's probably 4 o'clock, maybe 5.
When you actually got it over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we had like both sets of beds and Melita's whole room and everything like that over.
Y'all aren't upstairs, are you?
We're not. They are.
Okay.
Yeah, they got one that's upstairs. We got one that's downstairs.
That had to make things a little bit easier for you.
Somewhat. Except some asshole was parked in front of the stairs.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so carrying things in while moving, like, pretty much impossible. Everything had to go over the railing. It was very annoying. So, yeah, whoever that was, fuck them. But,
yeah.
And they haven't moved all weekend. They've been sitting there. And what irritates me the most is that you have a parking spot right here and then a whole designated rectangular section to stay open before it becomes the next parking spot over here, because that's to the stairs. They're parked in that.
What a dick.
And halfway into this parking spot.
What a dick.
Biggest asshole, dude. So, fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they move, though, I'm parking my car there because fuck them. And I'll watch. I will do it.
I will watch.
I will watch.
Back to bathing my milk.
So, let's see. So this is probably like somewhere around 5 in the afternoon at this point. We take a little bit of a breather. I think we ate pizza for like the 3rd time this week.
What's wrong with that?
I love pizza. There's nothing wrong with that. And I ate it gladly. But 3 times in a row, almost in a row. It wasn't quite in a row because I think Friday we had something else. But almost in a row was pretty rough.
Yeah.
It is just like so repetitive, you know.
You might be clogged up a little bit.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
So far, so good, but you know, we'll find out.
All right.
But yeah, so this was around 5 o'clock or so. We took a break. We ate a little bit, got back to it. And then we started moving things like our dresser and our entertainment center and stuff like that. So there were some things that I left behind that I figured I could probably get on my own. This is another moment where I should have called you, but that's coming up soon. And there's a better reason of why I didn't for that one. But so we left behind things like my TV and another TV, 2 TVs, and the mini fridge, which you just helped me go and grab. That was the very last thing that I had to grab. And then let's see. It was a lot of small stuff, a couple of lamps, things like that, things that could just like fit in the car here and there, just easy things that I assumed I could do on my own later. I left all of that. So we're moving out the bigger stuff, the dresser, some end tables, a little desk, the desk from our room, the rolly chair that I usually sit in, moving all of that out, right? And so we take a couple more trips and we get all that stuff done. By the time we finished with that, the last thing that we had grabbed was my desk and rolly chair. We had put all of that in. And this is where I did get mildly annoyed, but I didn't take it out on anybody. I was just frustrated. You know what I mean? Like, it had already been such a long day and I still had stuff to do. But the desk and the rolly chair was in Warren's car. And he was doing something in their place. And so he said, I'll be down in a minute to help you get that desk and stuff over there. And I said, okay, that's cool with me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like 30 minutes went by and I didn't hear anything. And so, granted, so I left, right? Kind of just out of frustration. Like, I'm already waiting and I still have more trips to make. I could be just not wasting my time. I could be getting this done. But while I was gone on the first trip that I took out of frustration, Warren went ahead and moved the desk and the rolly chair over to our place by himself. So I appreciate him for that.
Very good.
Yes. Because I was definitely going to help him with it. It was just like, it was already 11:30 at night, and I was just frustrated. Oh, I've skipped a whole section.
Oh,
I had to take Shauna's cousin back home. Yeah. So I forgot a little section. When we got down to where it was just the desk and the rolly chair, I had to drive Bubba home. So that's like 20 minutes or so, opposite direction. Go all the way over, drop off all of the little knick-knack things that we're getting rid of that we don't want to take with us and move. He was like, I could use this. My kids could use this. Cool. Loaded up the Jeep. And I still had to get Shauna's brother home as well. But we didn't have any more room for his stuff, so we left it at the house. So I had to take Bubba home and then bring Josh back to the house. And then drive him home and pick up their two little dogs and bring them over to their apartment.
Yeah.
Now, by the time I've done this is where I'm waiting. Because I go up there with Shauna's mom. I take their dogs up. And Warren was like, I'll be down in just a little bit. And I'll help you out. I think he was working on their washer dryer. So I know he gets caught up in things that he's working with. Like I said, I was more frustrated with how long the day had already been, more than I was with him. But, you can't control when the frustration comes. I was just irritated. But that's on me. You know what I mean? Like, it was nothing against him.
Man, you've been through a lot.
Yeah, it was just a long day, man. You know what I mean? But I didn't like snap or nothing like that. I sat around for a minute waiting for him, and I'm like, dude, I've been sitting for a half hour. I could have made a trip by now. So I was like, I'm just gonna go and make a trip. And then by the time I got back, so I went over, and I definitely see how I gave him enough time to get like the desk and chair over to our place and be done for the night and all that, because it took me a while. So, the hydraulic pieces on the back of my Jeep, they went out. A lot of this weekend, some of the things that I've skipped over are the things that have happened with my Jeep. One, the electrical in the left side is messed up in a way that, like, if you open and close the door in a certain way, both passenger doors, like, you can still open them and stuff, but the windows stop working. You can't lock them unless you do it manually, all that. So that happened at the beginning of the day on Sunday. So I could no longer roll down my windows. My AC went out on Thursday.
No AC, you can't roll down the windows.
So I could roll down mine. Then the mechanism... The regulator for the window in my driver door started messing up. So I can only bring it down a little bit. Because if I bring it down all the way, there's a chance I won't get it back up. But if I only bring it down a little bit, if I need to help it, I can help it. You know what I mean?
Get it back up.
So, back driver side, totally fine. It's working. So I've been driving around with my driver door, my driver window halfway down, back window over here halfway down, both of these up, and my sunroof open. Which the sunroof didn't really think about my sunroof even existing until towards the end of the day. So that was great. Wish I'd thought of it sooner.
Yeah.
But I did not.
It's hot down here.
It's ridiculously hot. I think this whole weekend it's been somewhere between 90 and 100 the whole time.
Yeah.
Just not ideal for moving things. I've been sweating profusely. I probably overdosed electrolytes yesterday because I went through like 3 separate bottles. But man, when I say I was pouring sweat, like literally I would be driving and my whole arm would just be wet and like dripping. Like it was bad.
Yeah.
My face, obviously, it was just like shirt soaked, pants soaked, like everything was awful.
I appreciate you for showering.
It was so, oh yeah. And obviously I would have this morning, but what I was going to say is I almost didn't last night. Like I was so beat that I almost just passed out.
Yeah.
And Shauna was like, I got you some stuff in there. You can go take your shower. I've already got like a towel and stuff for you put aside.
What a woman.
Good woman, right? And I was like, oh, okay. You know what? She's already done all this. I probably will feel better if I do that, right? But I'll get back to that in a second, right? So anyways, I go to make this last trip. I've already taken her cousin home, taken her brother home, picked up the dogs, brought them back, got mildly frustrated, and then drove back to make this trip, right? On this trip, I grabbed 2 TVs, 2 lamps. The one TV, I wish I could remember what size it is. I want to say it's a 60, but I could be mistaken. Mm. I don't know. Did you ever come to our room? I know you've been over, but I don't know if you ever went to our room.
No.
Okay.
I've seen videos that you've sent from your room. But
Yeah, true. And I mean that doesn't always help, but yeah.
No.
So I want to say 55, 60, somewhere in there. Like it's pretty big. I've got to hold it like this to like actually be able to carry it around. So that already by yourself is like kind of a pain in the ass, right? Mm. So I flip it on its side so that I can just bear hug it out and like, well, I'm holding it like this, not really a bear hug, but so anyways, I take it out and then I realize the hydraulic pieces, they don't work. So how am I going to lift this and get this big ass TV carefully in the back of my fucking Jeep? I was going to call you, but at this point, it was already almost midnight. And I was like, that would be rude.
Yeah, that's right. Been pretty early last night.
Right. He'd probably sleep. I'm not going to do that to him. And so I used my head. I set the thing down. Like I held the TV and then I lifted the thing, right? And then I wiggled the TV over. And then I set it on my head, and then I got low with it, and I'm just kind of like carrying it on my head, right? And then I get low on the TV, and then I'm just like inching it in. All the while, the door, because of course it's hot, I've got a man bun going. The door is like pulling my hair back, and I'm like, no. And I'm just trying to get it in there. And I finally wiggle it in. But it's like too far out. So I'm having to like get the door on the back of my shoulders and like try to push it further in. It was awful.
Yeah, doing all that by yourself.
Yeah, that was a trip that I should not have taken on my own, but whatever, I did it. And then it would have been no problem if my freaking pieces worked, but I'll get those fixed eventually, whatever. So then the smaller TV I put up in the front seat with me, and even that one's like maybe a 42. So when I put it in there, the legs didn't want to like let the door close. So I had to like almost have it like on me with the door shut. Mm-hmm. And it's like resting on me while I'm driving down the road. And then I went and took all this inside. And Shauna helped me like hold the door up so that I could get the things out. And then I went back. And I went back to grab this. We have one of these things that allows you like more storage in your bathroom. It goes like over the toilet, and you've got cabinets and stuff like that. You've seen those, I'm sure. Yeah, so we had one of those, and none of the drill bits worked. And then I went to like lift it off, and the pegs, I guess like because it stays so cold in that room, like it's a cheaper piece, you know what I mean? Like it's not very expensive.
Yeah.
So the pegs that kind of hold it together, I guess had like just kind of folded out of the wood, and like there was no putting it back together. So I was like, well, this trip was fucking wasted.
Damn.
Because I couldn't get the mini fridge on my own. There was no way I was going to be able to lift that and try to figure out the door. I barely managed the TV, and that's flat, you know? And so I was like, all right, I will send a voice memo to Ian and see if he can help me with this mini fridge, and he can see that in the morning. I got back home, took the shower, laid down. At this point, it was like I got back to the house about 1:30. So I had been moving shit all day from like 11:30 to 12 all the way down to 1:30 in the morning.
I will say, in the voice memo, you sounded a lot more chipper than I would have imagined going through all that.
Yeah, I think I was just putting on a voice for you. Yeah.
Oh.
I just wanted
You were
to
acting.
sound very cheery and chipper for you.
Hey, come help
Rather
me with
than-
this.
Hey, man, if you could, bro, just, man, you know. No, I still tried to, like, stay in good spirits, and I think at that point I was done. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, like, I had nothing else that I could get besides the mini fridge.
Yeah, there was a little bit of relief in there.
And so it was just, like, I think that was just my second wind. I was just like, okay, everything's done. But then everything hurt. I went home, took a shower, laid down for like a little bit just to like just for a minute, and then I was like, damn, I'm thirsty. But Shauna was on the game, and I didn't want to be a bother.
Was she on the game with no internet? Hotspot?
Hotspot.
I was about to say.
We get the 5G, full bars. Hotspot holds up on the game pretty good. She was on Fortnite, so I was like, man,
wow.
that's holding up pretty well.
Nice.
I was expecting like Phasmo would be no problem, but it was carrying Fortnite. Like she had zero issues, no latency, no nothing. I was like, damn, that's sick.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like her and Whiteside were kicking ass. So what was I saying? I was laying there. I didn't want to bother her. She's going through matches. She's talking to them, you know what I mean? And I'm like semi-vicariously trying to like say things and interject occasionally. But like I was exhausted, and I couldn't find my power cord, so I wasn't going to play any games. So then I went through, I went to get up, and I was like, I'm just going to go make myself something to drink. Immediate, just so much pain shooting through my legs and my feet, like just full. Oh, it was awful. And so I'm just like an old man just hobbling to the fridge, bro. I was just like, oh, I felt so pitiful. And so I get over there and I pour myself a glass, and then we still had some pizza left over. And so I grabbed a slice of pizza, ate it. And then I think at that point I had downed like almost my whole glass because I didn't want to take the pizza like back to bed. I was just eating it. So I just ate it at the fridge. I also didn't feel like walking very much.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to stand here for a minute. And so I drank my drink, finished the slice, poured more, and then I walked back. And
Hobbled back.
I hobbled back.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a nightmare, but it's almost over. And it
Still got to go get case and stuff too.
It is okay. Yeah, we still have to get case and stuff. I think that'll be next weekend. So
All right.
that'll be more fun moving experiences, but I don't think it'll be as bad.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just glad y'all got to get moved out into your own place.
Yeah, man, you know, it's definitely no fun going from like having your own place for years and then having to move back in with somebody, and then, you know, it's not the best feeling in the world, but, you know, grateful that they were there for us regardless. So
yeah.
Now we've got our own place again, so it's all good. It's cool.
Yeah, especially last year. It worked out the way it was, especially when you were in the hospital.
Yeah, exactly. Because what would I have done then?
Exactly.
I'd have been so screwed. So, yeah, it worked out the way it needed to. Absolutely. I agree with that.
God's plan.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm glad it's almost over. I know you got a little bit more to do, but...
Well, there's unpacking and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll come after the rest.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm going to get this edited, uploaded, and then hibernate until next Monday.
There you go. Hibernation is fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's relaxing. Hibernating in the middle of the summer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Built different.
A little bit. Different kind of bear.
Yeah.
So, we're going to do something we haven't done in a while.
Long time.
Yeah. Something a little bit more entertaining, because we haven't really played any games like that.
We haven't played any games in a couple of months.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They used to be like...
We had one set up for almost every episode. But I think, you know, it's not something that anybody has commented on, like, hey, where are the games at? You know what I mean? But, like, they are fun to play once in a while. So, you know, we don't have to do them every episode. But, like...
Right.
For this one... For sure, obviously, because this whole episode was just me talking about moving and how horrible it was. So now we're going to switch it over to some Guess the Lyrics, which is one of my favorite variations of things that we play.
Hell yeah. And it's no specific genre. We're just going to go willy-nilly with it.
No genre here. And I think mine kind of hits a few different genres, so that'll be cool.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Samesies.
Sick.
Yeah.
Now, let's see how the streak goes, because I always lose at this. So
maybe things will turn around.
No. I've been losing ever since I couldn't guess Paul Wall, bro. That's fine.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, that was a bad one. And a lot of people messaged me about that. Like, how could you not know that's what it was? And I was like, look, man.
It's been a while since middle school.
When somebody just reads lyrics, like, I don't know why. It's just not there. But I'm going to try. That's why I like playing it, because it's always a challenge.
Damn right.
All right. And we can have a real reason to use North Dakota. Oh my God, my shoulders.
You in a lot of pain.
Yeah. Here we go.
North Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
Pick your side.
Mm-hmm.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Yeah, why do we always go for tails, man? You like them tails?
I like tails.
Yeah, you like that tail. All right, let go.
Oh,
Have
got a little spin.
Oh, we got tails. It's you.
It's me.
It's you.
All right. I'm going to preface this with, I expect this to be very easy for you.
Okay.
This one at least. The rest of them probably also, but this one for sure.
We'll see.
But the lyrics are just so fitting that I couldn't pass up the opportunity.
Okay.
So, each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race.
That's life. Frank Sinatra.
There it is.
That's a good one.
I know. Mm-hmm. And it's my favorite part of that song.
Yes. It's very
no matter what.
Uplifting.
Persevere.
And the way he says it, too.
Yeah, it's just
Pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life. That's life. Okay, we'll stop. Also a very nice way to end the Joker movie.
Yeah, true.
Let's see. Okay, here's the first one. For me. To you. Anthony works in the grocery store, saving his pennies for someday. Mama Leone left a note on the door. She said, "Sonny, move out to the country." All right, here we go.
Fuck, dude. Every time. And it doesn't help that I've got like such a bad brain fog going on right now either. Yeah. I'm not using that as an excuse because I lose this all the time anyways. But I can only imagine that this isn't going to help me. Read it again.
Anthony works in the grocery store, saving his pennies for someday. Mama Leone left a note on the door. She said, "Sonny, move out to the country." I'll give you another one just to maybe make it easier.
Okay.
But working too hard can give you a heart attack. Oh. You ought to know by now.
That's the thing. I know that part for sure. Damn it, bro.
There's a theme to mine. All of mine.
You have a theme?
Mm-hmm. It's not a genre theme, but
they're all like about working hard or moving out to the country or moving. That's funny. Yeah. How did you come up? You came up with yours so fast too. Like you were gone for a second, and you were like, "Okay, I got mine."
I was going up the stairs.
I have mine. I was like, "Dude, I haven't even started."
Yep.
Oh God. Okay. Dude. No. I know the song, dude.
Yeah. You know who sings it at least?
No.
Damn.
I don't know. Like the fucking Eagles or something. I don't know, dude.
No.
I know it's not it, dude. I don't know.
It's Moving Out. Anthony's song by Billy Joel.
Billy Joel.
There we go.
Fuck. Okay.
You ought to know by now.
Yeah. And it only hit me after you did the heart attack, that was part of it, and you weren't telling me. Like, you were telling me, but, like, it was part of the lyrics.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I heard that, I was like, because I could hear it in my head, bro. That's what kills me about this shit.
Every time.
It's like, eventually, I'll get it to where I can, like, I hear the song now. And it doesn't get me any further.
It's okay.
This is so frustrating.
It's okay. It's all right. It's okay.
All right.
We'll get through it.
This one I feel like is pretty straightforward. And also just because of it'll make sense. I've seen your face 100 times. Every day we've been apart. I don't care about the sunshine.
I almost picked this one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, obviously.
It's fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. In light of recent events.
Yeah.
It's Mama, I'm Coming Home. Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Very touching show.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of clips, and it was at least of him, not the rest of it, but it was.
Yeah. I want to watch the whole thing, but I just, like we've said recently, not exactly in the position to be spending extra money.
Yeah, just, trust me, I get it.
Yeah. Let's see. What I really wanted to see was that Lamb of God cover of Children of the Grave.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Hell yeah. They said they did that at the end of their set.
Nice.
That's my favorite song by Black Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, next. Go ahead as you waste your days with thinking. When you fall, everyone stands. Another day and you've had your fill of sinking. With the life held in your hands are shaking cold. You know it.
I know I do. Move Along, All American Rejects.
There you go. You got one. I'm proud of
Hell
you,
yeah. I'm so glad I got at least one, bro.
Yep. It's a very redeeming moment for you.
I never get any, dude, so I'm so happy to get at least one. That's okay. I'm so okay with that. All right.
Move along, as you did.
As I did. It's funny when it clicked, too, because I was like, man, these really are about moving.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm towing my car. There's a hole in the roof. My possessions are causing me suspicion, but there's no proof. In the paper today, tales of war and of waste, but you turn right over to the TV page.
I don't know this one.
This is the only one that I figured you might not. I needed a...
Yeah.
I made the other two, and I was like, I know he's going to know these, but I want to use them.
Yeah.
But the third one, I was like, I got to choose one that I know it's popular. Like, you know the song.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine there's a way you don't. But...
We'll see.
Also, it would be far enough off the beaten path that, like...
Yeah, you had to give me one little...
Yeah, I gotta give you one, because otherwise you were going to have a clean sweep.
Yeah, can't do it.
And I knew that ahead of time. I was like, he's going to guess all of these.
Yeah.
I gotta try.
It is
Crowded House, Don't Dream It's Over. Don't dream it's over.
Yeah, man.
Hey now, hey now. Yeah, that part is like probably one of the furthest out of tune in my head that I could pick out of their whole song.
Yeah,
because everything else is just hey now, don't dream it. I was like,
that's the only part that I really pay attention to, honestly.
Exactly, same here.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even remember them talking about towing a car.
Yeah.
That's why I tried to give you like the whole thing, because I was like, maybe something in here he might be able to pick out of it. I didn't want to be a total ass, so I gave you the whole section. But now I'm towing my car.
It's crazy because I've just recently saved that song to my Spotify too.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
See, I knew you knew it because I know it. I like that song a lot, but I didn't know any of that was in there.
Nope. No towing cars.
Now I'm towing my car. There's a hole in the roof.
That's unfortunate.
Hey now, don't dream it's over.
Don't you dare.
Don't ever. Because it's not.
Oh no, the fight's out. I'm about to punch your lights out. Get the fuck back. Guard your grill. There's something wrong. We can't stay still.
Ludacris, Move Out the Way.
There you go. You got two.
I got two.
No,
guys.
No, it's move, bitch.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is.
Also,
move, bitch, get out the way.
Move.
But move. A new move. Move. But I'm very excited to know two of the songs. I mean, I know the third one as well, but I couldn't come anywhere near guessing it. So,
damn, I put another one in here just to give you a redeemer too, but you got two.
What's the other one? I want to see if I would even know the redeemer.
Okay.
See how prepared he was for me to not know this shit? Because it's just how it goes. I never get any of these right.
We shared the years. We shared each day. In love together, we found a way. But soon the world had its evil way. My heart was blinded. Love went astray.
I'm glad I didn't need this shit, because I don't know this.
Okay.
What's this one?
It's Changes. Black Sabbath.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I added this, not knowing that you would put Ozzy in there.
Right, yeah.
To also shed light to recent events.
He's on the mind. Yeah, I guess when those lyrics are read out, like, I don't hear it as the song.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm proud of you.
Either way, I'm glad I didn't need it, because I wouldn't have got there.
Yeah, we tied.
Hey, we tied.
How about that?
That never happens in this game. No. Very exciting. Okay, cool. Well,
very cool.
Hell yeah. Okay, well, cool. So,
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we tied, and
you tied,
and I'm tied, boss. I'm tied.
Yeah. Tired of people being ugly to each other.
It's so tragic. Why can't everybody just get along?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. That's all I got. I'm gonna go edit and take a fat nap.
I thought you were gonna say fat something else.
Nah, this nap about to be so obese, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the best nap ever.
Damn right.
Hell yeah.
Happy for you.
Me too, I think.
No, you will be.
I will be later when I wake up from it.
Yep.
100%. I'm not a fan of sleeping during the day. I feel like I've got things to get done. Like, a nap is nice, but I also feel like I need to get things done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you need that rest.
That's more important. Otherwise, my body going to stop me from doing shit in general.
Damn right.
It's going to tell me to rest. So I don't need that. I'll go ahead and listen ahead of time.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, yeah, so I guess that's all. Thank you for coming and listening to me rant about moving and how hot it's been and how much I sweat and how heavy things were and all the things. Please like, subscribe, comment, whatever else I'm forgetting. Do all the things for us because you love us.
Yep.
And you appreciate us. Otherwise, why the fuck are you here?
Damn right.
Yeah.
And we got a little over a month to go on the giveaway.
Yes.
So make sure
August 31st, people.
we get them entries in.
Get it in there. Get it in there.
Shove it in.
I've been, god dang.
Yeah.
I've been steadily keeping track. Some of you have got a wild amount of entries, and we appreciate you for really doing all the things for us and plugging in all the comments and all the likes and sharing with your friends. There's literally no other way for us to grow than for you guys to do that. So thank you.
Yes.
It does seem to be working occasionally. It's still a hit or miss thing. We've still got to find some of the things that people are really loving talking about. One thing I know for sure is if the subjects are raunchy, you guys are fucking tuning in.
Right.
So we might have some more raunchy shit next week, so you guys can tune into it.
Some sinners.
Yeah, get real crazy with it. Feel free to submit some topics and some ideas of things you want to hear about. I did get one request recently that we should talk about Mormons.
Mormons.
Yeah. And I don't think so much in the aspect of like their religion, but more so how odd it is that so many come up doing very crazy things. Like, there's a lot of crime docs about people who are Mormon.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, in general, like if you were to look statistically, I'm sure there's a fuck ton that are Christian. You know what I mean? Like it's not really lining up there. But the way that Mormons have like their whole congregation or claim to be. So, I mean, you know, but they have their whole congregation all like, not all, obviously they're all over, but mostly in Utah, like just all congregating here, and all of the ones that get into that life and get into living in the nice places and doing all the nice things. And like, you know, from the outside looking in, you've got this whole white picket fence lifestyle going on
with multiple wives.
And then behind closed doors, there's the craziest stories I've ever heard coming out. And it's just like, it doesn't have to do with you being Mormon. That's not why it happened.
Yeah.
But it just happens to be that in that area, it seems to be happening a lot. And it's not like all over the country. It's just in that area where they are highly populated. And I just think it's wild. But we got that request the other day, and I was like, if I can find a way to like make it not so much about their religion, I don't want to bash anybody because everybody's religion is your religion, man. I do think it's wild that nobody wants to listen to everybody talking about like, how did Joseph Smith actually see these things? And he just said, because I did. You guys don't know.
South Park laid all that out for us.
It all, yeah. Go watch the episode about Mormons on South Park. It's all laid out in exactly how they believe it happened. And I walked away from that saying, what? So.
That sounds kind of dumb. Yeah.
So, anyways, you know, maybe that'll be a future topic. Who knows? But I feel like next week's just got to be some raunchy things. Like people are apparently loving that stuff.
I guess.
I don't want the whole podcast to become a raunchy podcast, obviously, but like every once in a while, we just bring in some real crazy stories of people doing wild things in and out of their bedrooms, I guess. I don't know.
In and out of, because it's not always in the bedroom.
It's not always in it.
No.
Sometimes it's in a parking lot.
Yeah. Maybe you guys can send in some voicemails on some raunchy stories that you've had in places other than the bedroom.
That would be great. If you feel like sharing just your craziest experience in that form, that would be pretty funny, in my opinion. Like kind of interesting to listen to. You don't have to, obviously. This is just if you're comfortable sharing. Some people are more open to sharing than others, and I totally get it.
And we won't share your name if you don't want.
Yeah, obviously, we will not put you on blast. This is all anonymous, and you can even tell us that you don't want the voicemail played over the air. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll read it. You know what I mean? But we do have the phone number for that is 770-727-1710.
Boom.
Give it a call. Share some crazy stories. Share some, the craziest places you've ever done some things. You know what I mean? It's whatever you want to do.
Maybe you've done it while you're moving out.
Maybe you have. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something was moving out. Anyways, so I'm just gonna stop doing puns.
You just you got some jokes in that big old head of yours, boy.
Oh no! He brought it back just for you, Mason.
All right, now let's get on out of here before we lose everybody.
Sounds good. All right. Well, all in all,
that was all in all.
And so it was.
Goodbye, my friends.